And welcome to my video on these Bad Batch minifigures. So in this video I'll take a look at each one of them separately, and I do hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please consider subscribing. So some basic information on these are some custom / fake minifigures. You can get them fairly easily on eBay. I got them for 13 quid, but that did come with another 4 minifigures. So I'm guessing you could probably get them for around £5 or $5. First minifigure I'm going to look at is Tech. So this comes with a custom helmet, a custom backpack, and a ton of printing. So I'm going to first take a look at the printing. I'm going to have to remove the helmet and head and the backpack to get a look at the back printing. And you can see it there. It's fairly basic because there should normally be a backpack covering it. But it is like there. I suppose it's detailed enough. Lego, well, they'll probably have done back printing because they also have a backpack on Tech, but I'm guessing it is less or so detailed. You can also see the back of his leg has printing, which Lego does not do. It is not brilliant, but it's there. Then you've got the side of the leg, so it is printed. It has a satchel for like where you'd put the blaster and a bunch of other details on it. Front of the legs is like black and the red and white. You can also see a bunch of like where like his satchel things that connect to it. I mean, his chest printing is all there. His shoulders are done nicely. Then you've got the arm printing. So the arm printing is really nice. You can see at the bottom of it, it's slightly smudged, which is something you'll get for these minifigures. But yeah, you can see it's got all the arm printing of all the details on his arm. And then, so I'm going to put the backpack back on. So the backpack is nicely detailed. It's got a couple red lines, and it's quite a nice backpack, so it is. And then you place it on the minifigure like this way up, so like I can call them like fans are at the bottom, and it is nicely printed. It's all in like the red. And the one thing that I do like about these minifigures, and it kind of works well, is it kind of looks like it's all battle scratched with the other details, and I think that's the look they're going for. And it works because I think it's low quality, which is not a good thing, but they've made it in a way that it can't be it's not terrible. Anyway, so the helmet is not brilliant. I would have rather them just done a hole for it so then you can see his eyes, but they didn't. And then you can fold the visor down like so to cover his eyes, and the visor has like a bunch of writing on it and a red spot. And you can also see, like, just by moving this, the backpack has fallen off, and it's something that will happen. And it's slightly annoying because the backpack is just connected by this one wee dot, and it connects, but it'll come off easily. This is like low quality plastic in comparison to Lego. Like the blasters, if you look at that, and then I have an actual Lego one, it's similar. You can also see the Lego one is slightly more shiny. And you can also see, if I hold it the right angle, you can see it says Lego on the inside. That is not on the minifigures because these are fakes. But anyway, so the head has really nice printing, and it is quite a nice minifigure. I do think, so if you look at it compared to Legos, and yeah, so that one has a like visor which moves as well, and instead it's done the thing straight through it, which I prefer, but it's massive, it's way too low. And it doesn't look as great, but it is quite nice. I don't know, because parts of that one are better, parts of this one are better, take your pick. And yeah, so that is it compared to that. And then if you compare it to minifigs for you, so I didn't really like their tech, it's a completely differently done on it, but their tech, so the face printing on this tech is pretty good. It comes with no hairpiece, which you wouldn't really expect. But yeah, it's quite good. The Lego one does come with a hairpiece and it's quite nice, but this one does not. So next is Hunter. Hunter's minifigure is in grey. The helmet is like their normal Clone Trooper helmet, and it does actually look quite nice. So he comes with a knife and a blaster. The blaster, I believe, is like supposed to be the one that Rey gets in A New Hope from Han Solo on Takodana, so that is that blaster. They didn't do like a proper Imperial Republic / Imperial DC-15, I believe, is the one that he actually has in the show. But yeah, so you can see he has arm printing, which is really nicely done. He has no like underneath his arm printing, which not really disappointing because Lego never does it anyway. But it's like not there, and you can see all the details on this arm. You can also see his leg printing is all there, and it is really nice. Like it's a nice kind of combination of sand blue and chrome silver, and it is shiny. Like it is quite shiny. Then your backpack, you can see has like the Bad Batch logo. It's quite hard to see, and then a bunch of red lines. And then if you remove the backpack, so you have to remove your head, you can see he has that printing there. And the back of the leg printing is quite nice on this one. And the side of the leg printing is also really good. So the helmet is quite nice. If you look at it compared to like an actual version of Hunter, you can see that that one's like curved more forward and it's slightly better. And it does have like the 3 lines printed there, which are on the real one. And it does look pretty good for that. And then you've got, so half of it is silver, just completely silver. And the other half is printed white, which looks really nice. It does carry that kind of idea of it. And then you've got the red line separating it. And unlike Lego's version, which I'll show you on the screen, so top corner, it has the black triangle, which should be there on Lego's version, but they didn't do. The rest of the helmet on Lego's version is slightly nicer. It looks slightly more like Hunter, but it is still, I don't know, they're both similar, but I think the Lego one is slightly better because it's slightly more shiny. Get like minifigs for you. I'm not a big fan of their Hunter. Like, it doesn't look great. It just looks slightly weird. I think this one looks more like it. So face printing is really good on this one. So the helmet is slightly annoying to come off. It's quite tight. But you can see he has his red bandana. Half side is printed grey and the other half is no printing. So that is supposed to be like his tattoo. As you can see in this image of like the poster, it's there. He doesn't come with a hairpiece, but I'll just use like Kylo Ren's hairpiece, which is the one that Lego uses. And it does look really good with it. It looks accurate enough and it looks quite nice. Wrecker is the interesting minifigure in my opinion. So Lego did an Iron Man helmet. Minifigs for You did a custom one. And this one is the Mandalorian helmet. It looks pretty good. So the helmet has all the details. It's got like the teeth. The bottom teeth aren't as obvious. They're in like grey on this. And then you've got the rest of it. You've also got the side printing, which Legos doesn't have for the curve. But that's because they've got the Iron Man helmet. And it does look really nice on this. I just think the Iron Man helmet works slightly better. It's slightly bigger and works well with it. So next is the weapons he comes with. So he comes with a custom E11 and a knife. So he has leg printing and it's pretty good. The rest of the printing is fairly similar to Hunter's. And Hunter's, like if I bring Hunter up here, they do not look very much so different. They're like fairly certain they're very similar, but they've changed some of the scratches. The arm printing is different on this one, but it's like better because it's more accurate. And then you have his backpack. So if I remove this backpack, so they've kind of done the same design mainly, except from a couple of the lines are changed for this one, and it is a really good minifigure. So compare it to Legos, and it's a bit different. So Legos has an Iron Man helmet and this massive mold, which looks really good. I do prefer like the custom mold. It looks just a bit better and it's a bit more like well done. They do have arm printing on this one, which they don't have on Legos. Minifigs for You one is just, I don't really like it. It's just a bit like reminds me for some reason of like a guinea pig, and it just kind of gives me that impression. But their blaster on that one is custom and is better. And also the face printing, so Wreckers in the Legos one's not bad. On this, I don't really like it. Minifigs for You is also pretty good. And it's just, yeah, in comparison, the face printing's not as good on this one. It's below the standard of the rest of them. So for the final figure, we have Crosshair. So Crosshair comes with this nice rifle you see in his hand, and it is like the exact same as the Minifigs for You one, except from I believe there's maybe higher quality plastic. I'm not entirely sure because like these come in packaging, so I'm guessing it's made in the same factory. And I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so the helmet you can see has a like a kind of visor thing which folds down, and it's quite wobbly there. It'll wobble and it's slightly annoying. The helmet printing is really good though. So you've got like the bunch of lines there to line up the middle and his red stripe, and the printing is accurate. I do think the circle is a bit too big, but I think other than that it is quite nice. Chest printing, it's fairly similar to the other two, except there's like a red patch, which Crosshair's like one of the main differences. And then you have his red. So there is like a red part that sticks out here, and it is like not there, but it is drawn on. So face print is nice. It is fairly accurate. It doesn't come with a hair piece, which is slightly disappointing, but I do have a grey one on hand. And if you place that on like so, you can kind of see it does look quite nice. It doesn't really work perfectly with it because, like, you see there's a top line, and if you place this on it, you can't see either of them. But it is a really nice minifigure. The leg printing is fairly similar but different than the other ones, but it's quite similar, and the back of the leg is pretty much exact same. Overall, they are really good minifigures. They all have arm printing, they all come with backpacks, they all have leg printing, and it is all really nicely done. Should you buy them is a good question. I think there are multiple possible answers. The one that I bought them because I didn't think I'd get the Bad Batch Shuttle, and I still don't, mainly because it is in sand blue. But as an overall, I think if you're going to get the Bad Batch Shuttle, I don't think you should bother, because Crosshair is the only one that doesn't come in it. Well, it does, but it's a different version of Crosshair. But I do not think that is a good enough reason to get them. These are like low quality. You can notice, like if I just get a Lego helmet in here and you show, like, wherever I feel that and feel that, you feel a difference in quality in comparison. But is it worth like buying either of these minifigs for you? One I just wouldn't advise, mainly because you could also get a Lego set with it as well as the minifigures. But they are, yeah. So I would maybe advise this if you're not getting the Bad Batch Shuttle. But if you're not interested in the Bad Batch at all, I don't think you would buy it either. Do hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.